Hey y'all, this is my first video. It is unscripted, warning, because I don't know how to do scripts. I never do. Anyways, my name's Soph. I'm a student in illustration, and in this channel, I'm gonna make textiles project like crochet, sewing, and other stuff, and also drawing or painting. So it's gonna be a bit of both. If you like my content, feel free to subscribe or I don't know. And now plays to the video. I am in no way a professional at whatever task I'm doing today. People who saw, I am very sorry. There is some mention of the operation of Harry Potter elements. I in no way agree with the author's opinion. Here you can see the designs of every t-shirt and sweater I cut off. Then I started sewing every column, adding each column to the previous one. Since I hadn't planned to make a video out of this project, I don't have a lot of footage of the beginning. At the moment I'm making this voiceover, I still haven't figured out how to change the tension in the sewing machine, but I'm gonna try again now to continue this project because I do not want to hand sew the whole thing. I want to use the machine for some parts of it. I decided it wasn't that bad to use my hands for the beginning, but I don't want to do the ending without the machine. So what exactly am I doing? I'm doing a quilt or blanket, I don't really know what to call it, made from used t-shirts and sweaters that I don't really use anymore, so I don't know why I said used. I said used because technically I used them at one point in my life. Had to make a clarification. I'm adding the last sewing row, I don't know if it's called like that, but yeah, to the last panel of this blanket. A little reveal of how it looks like at this point in the video. And then I'm starting the complicated part, which is making it a rectangle, so it's easier to finish it and add the back part and everything else. I measured every rectangle you can see me drawing here. Unfortunately, the measures are wrong because I hadn't folded the sides yet. So here you can see I did that. And then I had to measure everything again, but I didn't write it on the piece of paper because I was lazy. I looked where I had to add textile to make it a rectangle, and then I chose a textile to make it a rectangle. Here you can see the fabric. I think it's really pretty. And then I took a break. I made apple crumble. As you can see, it was really good. Here I'm trying to make sense of the two first fabrics I want to add onto the quilt to make it a rectangle, but I didn't really make sense of what I wrote before, so I had to do it again off camera. And then I started cutting, as you can see. And after 1 hour of trying to make sense of what I wrote and the calculations I made, I finally started sewing again. And now you're getting the montage of me sewing the 3 pieces to make it a rectangle. After this, the objective is to add borders and then add a back part which will protect the back fabric of the t-shirts and also make it more comfortable because there is a lot of different kinds of textile, like fluffy, very thin, and a bit thick for the textiles. The way I'm gonna add the back part is by sewing all around and then also sewing between every panel to make it more sturdy. And hopefully the last part will be just adding like a border. I forgot the name, but it's like between the front and the back there will be a little textile that will protect those borders. I've been saying textile, but I meant fabric. All the videos you can see of me sewing until now are from the same day, and starting right now, it's from the second day of filming. I took a break of editing during a few days because I lost my voice. So I had to wait for my voice to come back. But it's back now, so back into schedule, I guess. Just my voice will sound a little bit different, but that's all. What you can see on the screen now, I think, is when I'm sewing on the last part to make it a rectangle. As you can hear, my voice is still not completely back, but we're gonna ignore that because I like to talk. By the way, this is my first video, and I tried to make like different angles of everything to make it more interesting. I don't know if I made too many angles maybe, or too little. I don't think it's too little angles because I had to get creative with get some angles, but yeah. After this reveal, I cut off the excess fabric, which was really satisfying to do. And then you can see how big the fabric I had for the back part is. I cut off some parts to make a border, as you can see now. So I joined the 3 different parts together because the 3 parts together were big enough to make the 4 sides of the quilt. But separate, some of them were too small or too big, you know, so I had to make do. The little picture of the piece of paper on the top part is my calculations of how long had to be the horizontal and vertical parts of the border. They were wrong because I did the average of the 3 measures, but I should have just taken the biggest measure to be sure I had enough, which I ended up doing. So all ended up being good, I guess. Also, you can see I am now using a sewing machine, so that's excellent. It was so much easier, so much faster. I don't know why I didn't just try to figure out the tension at the beginning, but I was lazy. That's not a reason because I made more effort by being lazy, but that's okay. Right now, I'm sewing on the borders. Here I'm gonna show you the last reveal before the final reveal. I had to get so far away from the camera to try and get everything on camera, and I still failed to do that. Here you get a weird angle of me filming the camera getting closer with the fabric to the needle. Yeah, I don't know why. And here I attach the back part to the front part with just pins, and then here you can see me sewing between the lines. I was too lazy, so I didn't sew between every line, but I tried making most of it and make it make sense. I don't know. And now we're on to the last part, which was making a connection between the back part and the front part to hide the sewing I did to attach the back and front part. So I didn't have enough, so I had to add this blue and purple fabric. I also wanted to show that I had finished the thread and had to put more, I mean. And here I connected all the different parts to make it together. Then I cut the excess again, then I attached it to the quilt, and then the purple parts were too thick, so I had to sew by hand. And then I realized the only part that was too thick to sew with the machine was the part where it was connected to another color of fabric. So this part here was useless because I could have done it by the machine, but that's okay. So I did the rest of that with the machine, and then I was done finally after 6 days. And now you're getting finally the pictures of the same night where I was so excited I took pictures, and the following day some videos to show you. I wanted to add the time I took for each part. So sewing all the t-shirts and sweater together took me 9 hours. The second part, making it a rectangle, took me 5 hours. The borders took me 3 hours, the back part took me also 3 hours, and the lining, the last step, took me 4 hours and a half. If you have any tips for me, I wouldn't say no, just don't be mean, there's no reason for it. Yeah, this was my first video, I hope you liked it. Goodbye!